I guess it's that holiday time, so we'll say good morning.
Good morning.
Somebody's figuring out where to put a jacket.
Good morning.
Yeah. Do I need to have a coat rack in here now? Down in addition?
No.
Somebody asked me if I could get an umbrella stand one time. I'm like, "Oh,
Railing
okay."
outside.
It's hard to hear here,
Oh, it
Darren.
is hard to hear
It's hard to hear here.
Hard to hear here?
Yeah, on Facebook.
Is that better?
on Facebook.
On
I mean,
Facebook?
I can move
Yeah,
this
on
Okay.
Facebook.
up.
I'll talk a little louder.
We can move it up.
That's great that we've
Put it
got
on the
some. Is
chair.
that Laura who's responding, or is that Brittany?
No, it was me.
Move it up, like, in the menu, maybe.
I got that one stand. That you
Oh,
said.
yeah.
Well, welcome to 1 Million Cups, as always. I know we're getting into the holidays, so we appreciate everybody who's here. We don't have night markets this month.
Nope, not till April.
Oh, we gotta spin that around.
You stand there.
All right.
There we
Now we're ready.
Actually, we were on a cool conference call yesterday, so if Kinsey's out there, good morning, Kinsey. Thank you for the call yesterday. It was great. I know actually Noni was on that call with us. She's one of our newest volunteers. So today we have two presenters. We have Noni with Oakleaf School, and then after that, following up is going to be Denise, and she's going to talk about her new business, and she's going to be looking for some feedback on how to move forward with it. But I'll let them both tell you about that's why they're here, to talk about their presentations. I do want to thank all of our volunteers. You guys keep this thing moving, and I'm actually looking forward to, I'll tell you what, if you haven't come, we are filling up both spots every single month, all the way through April right now. I think we're booked, and we've got some unique presenters coming up. We have some high school students from the Foundry who are embracing this, and so they're here, they're working on their entrepreneur projects at school, and this is a way for them to come and pitch their ideas. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then we've got some other really interesting businesses that are going to be here. We've got so it'll be, look forward. Are you guys getting that email that I finally realized how
Yeah.
to send out?
Yeah, I mean, as a volunteer, it looks a lot like the emails that come through when somebody applies. So I was excited that I thought it was like somebody applying, and then I realized what it was, and I was like, oh, I was excited that Darren figured this out.
Yeah.
So
hopefully,
yeah, good job.
reach out and bring somebody with you next time.
Will we be having one in January?
It's going to be January 8th,
Oh, the second
the second week.
Wednesday. Okay.
Unless you
great.
really want to show up on New Year's Day, but
No.
I think you'll be here by yourself.
Okay.
So yeah, January 8th, I was able to figure out how to schedule that on there. And so we've got that, and just a couple, I want to, again, thank you to the volunteers. Thank you, Julie, for Bitter Bitch Coffee, for the amazing coffee that she always provides, and the delicious baked goods from Highland Bakery. If you haven't been by there, they do more than baked goods, okay? They breakfast, lunch, dinner, drinks, live music sometimes, and not the typical live music that you would think. They've
Yeah,
got
like a
some
cellist, right? I've been dying to go to that.
Jen Cello is, I want to see her play.
Yeah.
So it's amazing. And then the only two announcements that I have for this month are, if you have not finished your Christmas shopping, this Saturday here from 11 to 3, 22 vendors now are going to be in here selling products and services. It's indoors, so don't worry about rain or shine. It's going on. And
Be
then
prepared,
next,
there's no coat rack.
no coat rack. And then next Friday evening, we're having this music bingo night here to help raise money for the Fayette Care Clinic. So there's more information if you want to know. Yes,
January 8th, are we changing the time?
to 8:30.
Is that
You
officially
guys,
8:30 to 9:30?
should we get rolling on that? You want to move it? New year, new time.
Yes.
8:30. All right. Collective group says yes, so we'll adjust it. Thank you for asking that. So that's it. Let's get on with the show. Noni
Thank
with
you.
Oak Leaf School.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Noni Walton. I am the Executive Director with the Oak Leaf School. We are the only Reggio-inspired early childhood program in the south side of Georgia. Our mission is to cultivate within children a lifelong passion for learning and exploration. So I know many of you wonder what a Reggio-inspired early childhood program is. The differences between a traditional child care center or daycare center, some of you may call it, relates in 4 different aspects. So one with the teachers. In a Reggio-inspired program, our teachers are co-learners, so they're learning alongside the children, where in traditional early child care centers, the teacher is the lead and most activities are teacher directed. In our classrooms, the classroom is considered as the third teacher. Our classrooms exude beauty and natural order. It should provide a home-like environment. The colors are neutral. We have more items that open-ended materials where they're learning by doing, and it's not computerized activities for them. The location is different in a traditional program because that's usually the classroom is just where learning takes place. With our documents in traditional schools, if any of you have young children, when you go, they have work samples, they have artwork. In a Reggio-inspired program, we truly document every aspect of their learning with pictures and words and captions. So as a parent or caregiver, when you come in, you can see exactly what it is that your child is learning and how they're processing and exploring new information. The children, it's all about the children in Reggio-inspired early childhood programs. The one word, my husband asked me last night, what's one word if you could describe Reggio in one word? Respect. So we truly respect the children. Similar to parents, you respect their right to make choices. You respect their right to not want to participate in an activity. You respect their right to pursue their interests. Whereas in traditional schools, it's all about the teacher and they're teaching them what they want the children to learn. We follow the interests of the children. So our activities, our provocations, our invitations, they're all based on the children. Just a couple of pictures to see our environment. This is our infants classroom. And this is one of our provocations with our preschoolers. And this is one of our provocations in our infant classroom. And this is documentation. So as you can see, we're documenting pictures of each child as they're participating in an activity, and then captions are written to show exactly what it is they learned and how they're learning. On our campus, we have 3 buildings. We have 2 buildings that are going to be early childhood centers, and then we have a community engagement center. In that community engagement center, our goal will be to provide services for the community. GED classes, ESL classes, money management classes, whatever it is that the community needs. Reggio-inspired programs are all about the community and fulfilling the needs of the community. So we ask the community, what is it that you're in need of? And that's the services that we provide. We also have, and this is our community engagement center there, it's a full gym and an after-school connections program. So our after-school program is not just traditional early childhood after school. It provides them with basketball, martial arts, cheerleading, dance, and Spanish. So they're learning different connections after school, after the school hours have been concluded. My issue here, our wow factor. So what are our wow factors? One, we have lower than normal ratios. So the state typically allows 1 teacher for 6 infants. We have 1 teacher for 3 infants. So our goal is all in relationship building. The state allows for our preschool classrooms 1 teacher for 18 children. We have 1 teacher for 9, working with 9 children. So our goal is to make sure each teacher has an opportunity to get to know each child, to know where they are, what their interests are, and to build their development. My reason for presenting today is to ask the group for a little assistance because I've worked in this field for over 24 years. I've operated as a consultant and helped other individuals to open centers. I operated and owned a center for 11 years in Maryland. I have never operated a center in Fayette County, and the rules here are totally different. So in regard to marketing, the things that I typically tell new owners to do, I can't do here in Fayette County. We are located on an off street, so this is what our campus looks like. And I need to get the word out and market and let people know that we're here. We're currently licensed for 40 children. In 2 months, our third building will be open. We'll be licensed for 187 children. So I'm trying to build capacity and also to brand and to get the word out about our program. We right now are using, we have a website. So our website provides information about our program. And we have family involvement. So in Reggio programs, family involvement is actually required. Each family has to volunteer 15 hours in our program. So our website is inclusive of all of the information about our program. We also are using Google and Instagram and Facebook. So we have an online presence. My daughter graduated with a marketing degree, so she's been working to help me to build my social media presence because I'm not that poster and not posting as much as I should, she said. So we're doing that now. So we have, you know, a lot of pictures that we're posting on Instagram. And when you Google us, we're now showing up and it's telling you about our program. So I need your help with finding out what else could we do. I am thinking about for December. December is a big marketing month for early childhood programs. So I was contemplating getting a billboard. Billboard worked really well for me in Maryland. However, we could choose the months we wanted to advertise, where here in Fayette County, they require you to do a yearly commitment, which is very expensive. So I'm trying to see if it's really gonna be worth it. So, yes, sir.
So what are the things that you would typically do that you can't do in Fayette County that might be helpful for us?
So in regards, we would pass out flyers. Now, I did do marketing and go around to a couple of events and pass out flyers and postcards. So a lot of communities here have no soliciting, so you're not allowed to share that information. And then the one thing that really works well for a lot of my programs are the yard signs. So you put now enrolling yard signs with a little blurb about what you're offering, and that usually fills your center.
And you can't put a yard sign
In my yard, but you can't put it anywhere else.
Okay.
So because we're on the side street, you would have to turn onto our street to see that yard sign. So typically I would have clients to put a yard sign on the main street off of that side street, so that as they're driving down that main street, they would see that yard sign and know that there's an early childhood program in the area.
Where in Fayetteville are you located?
Across from the pavilion.
Okay.
So, if you've lived in Fayette County for a while, or you're familiar, the Fayette Christian School campus?
The Barbenheimer end, like across?
Yes.
Okay.
Like at that light across?
Before you get to that light, well, after you pass the light, you would make a left onto Longview.
Okay.
So before you would get to that next light, it's 2 streets down from that last light at the pavilion.
Okay.
We bank with SunTrust, and I went there and was talking to the new branch manager, and he one of the tellers had just enrolled her child. She said, "I didn't know you guys were here. You're like a minute away from me." So I said, "Wow, we have to do something." Yes, ma'am.
So we took last
Last month.
track of.
Was it last? It was in November.
And I asked you if you were in all of the Facebook moms groups, because there's like, I don't know, 997. Because I see so many requests for childcare, and usually the answer is there's not a lot of places. I know that I had taken to personally recommending a competitor of yours, not because my child went there, because we're newer to the area, but because I used to work for that company.
Okay.
And it's a similar learning method to what you espouse, so I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. And I'm more than willing to recommend your school because I am familiar with the Reggio method. However, I would think that I'm probably unusual of the mothers in this area in knowing exactly what Reggio means.
Okay.
I think at best, you're lucky if you're gonna find a mom who knows what Montessori is. And that's kind of a pop culture thing, to know that Reggio is something different and what that means. And then when you start talking about what you're doing and you're using terms like a provocation, I know what you mean by that, but I would imagine that most moms wouldn't, and that might be intimidating for them.
Okay.
Right, so to go to that, I would start on your social media, I would start just telling people what Reggio is,
Okay.
what it is, and start using those words. And just, start putting that out there, and even every time just put it out there, just say what you are, what you do that's different.
So we started a Teacher Tip Tuesday
That was
to
good.
help to inform about the Reggio philosophy, and a Reggio Emilia Fun Fact Friday. So every Friday we provide a tip about what Reggio means and
Good.
what you can expect in the program. And then for Teacher Tip Tuesday, it's a tip for families, but also for teachers that are working with early childhood children. So we value play. So play is the highest form of research. And we try to make sure we're grabbing those quotes and providing information, because we do realize that a lot of families have no clue what Reggio is. And I'll usually say it's similar to a Montessori program. However, we don't have prescribed materials. So where for Christmas is coming, all of us are going to buy all these nice gifts for your children, and they'll play with the boxes. We give them the box because that allows them to actually use their imagination and creativity. Yes.
It's full-time preschool, and is that what it is? So it's full-time?
Yes.
For that, and then when you had applied, but it says you go up to
14.
like 14 for after school.
Yes.
So you have an after-school program for the kid. How do the kids get there?
We transport most of them. We have transportation. We provide transportation from the local elementary and middle and high schools for them to come to our program in the afternoon.
Okay.
There are some parents that commute and drive the children there themselves, but the majority of them we actually pick up and bring to the school.
That's really good to know. I mean, that itself definitely is a selling point right there.
And for me, I'm really passionate about school agers because that's usually the thrown together component. We put a lot of thought and dedication and passion into our early childhood classes, but for school agers, usually it's just putting all the children in one room with a couple of games. So they actually have a full curriculum. They do gardening, they have art, they have an art day, cooking, gardening, and we actually have a different Instagram page for them. Cooking, gardening, basketball, and all of those different specialties they get to choose from. So when they come, they're actually busy. Our goal with our school agers is that when parents pick up in the afternoon, you can go home. You don't have to say, we have to get you changed really quickly and go somewhere else. I have to take you for basketball training, or I have to take you to dance practice or martial arts. All of that's already taken care of, so you can spend that quality family time with them.
So with the mom groups, a lot of the times the barrier that I see when I make my referral is cost, and my referral is usually dismissed pretty quickly. So I know that one of the things that we used to do when I worked for them to address the cost issue was that we really, really stressed that it was a preschool environment, that it wasn't a daycare and it wasn't childcare. Like, we were not allowed to use those words, and I'm sure that you do the same thing. But that, to me, takes a significant amount of reprogramming to people, because they're used to sending their kids to daycare and after-school care and childcare, versus this is a school and we're preparing your children for life.
Exactly.
And we used to have, for our marketing events, we would host our own harvest festival that we would invite everybody to, with bouncies, and we had Alex's lemonade stand and things that would bring people in just to have fun.
Okay.
And then that would give them the opportunity to get in the classroom, and the really cool hands-on activities that we had. And then we always, and those things were mandatory for the teachers to be there so that they could explain the program. We would let children would be able to come for one day without enrolling in the center.
Okay.
Because it is not that standard daycare, childcare approach, that you need to get the child in there, you need to get the child excited, because when the child is excited, they're gonna ask mom and dad, well, when are we going back to that school? When are we gonna go back, Mom? That was fun. And then you get more buy-in from parents.
Okay.
What about as far as getting into homes and things like that? A magazine like Blake has, is
Yeah.
that distributed in and around Peachtree City in
That would be,
homes?
yeah, well, if they're planning the one out in Fayetteville, that would be definitely.
So just like a, what's the name of it?
Life on Red Wine or.
Yeah, so
Some
he,
of them.
he has specific magazines for communities, and you could buy an advertisement to go directly
Okay.
into there. One of my clients does digital advertising, so they are in restaurants around here. I mean, they're everywhere. I see them all over the place. It's called Promo Vision. So it's those digital advertising that you see,
Okay.
as far as, you know, just getting your name, brand out there.
Okay.
The Fayette has a newspaper that they've scaled back. They're not really sending out the free one anymore, but they have a free version that they send out to everyone. If you could get into that, then you get an advertisement in that, you'd probably hit everybody.
What is it called? So we advertised in
Chronicle?
Fayette Woman, and we advertised in, I believe it's the only newspaper.
Well,
I
the
believe.
Citizen,
The Citizen, that's what we
but
advertised.
the one that they send out now is like a 2 or 3 pages, and it just hits highlights,
Okay.
cause I guess they're having trouble, so, they scaled it back, but I think it's called the Chronicle, like Fayette Chronicle or something.
The Citizen's not
The
the
Citizen.
paper anymore. per
Right,
se.
so, but we still get a free something that I think is called the Chronicle.
Okay.
The Citizen is digital now, so there's still opportunities to advertise with them and still reach that demographic here, so I wouldn't discount that. But I also noticed that your business Facebook page has never taken out any ads on Facebook, which is a huge missed opportunity.
Okay.
And I think Melissa, she can speak to just how far a dollar can go.
Okay.
So you might want to explore that option, and Melissa's certainly the person to talk to. She does have to leave in 10 minutes, but you guys should connect. I have some comments from Facebook that are suggestions for you. So Brittany Taylor says, get information into all the mom meetup groups in the area to expose them to the concept. Right now they are taking care of their kiddos at home and meeting with other moms, but they are all likely talking amongst each other about where their kids are going to school in the coming years.
Okay.
Churches have those meetup groups, and there are online sites where moms link up to schedule meetings, find those locations, and partner with them to offer them snacks/brunch and educate them on this school. Also, go to daycares in the area and drop off marketing materials. One last thing, find behavioral psychologists, counselors who work with children, and maybe partner with them to have your marketing materials on hand
Okay.
in lobbies and whatnot.
Thank you.
They may agree that the Reggio method is aligned with their practices and naturally offer it to the parents of children they work with.
Okay. Thank
And
you.
that's on our Facebook, the live feed, so if you wanna go back to read that later,
Okay.
it's there.
Thank
One
you so
thing that I'll
much.
follow up with that on, have you heard of MOPS, Mothers of Preschoolers? So they're a faith-based organization, they're nationwide, but they have local chapters all over. That's one you'll really wanna look into, because the groups are really tight, and they're influential moms, not only in the group, but all their friends, because their MOPS will go to them and say, hey, do you know somebody that can da-da-da? And my wife was in MOPS with all 3 of our kids, and I mean, the amount of resources that we got access to just through the connections in MOPS was huge, so you definitely wanna look into that.
Okay.
One other thing too, I was sitting here thinking about, and I don't know if you guys have done this, but kind of piggybacking on the Facebook advertising. I don't think that I would have understood how impactful the Reggio model is just by going to the website or finding you guys on social. Like, have you guys produced a video that describes and it gives kind of that three-dimensional experience of what it is?
We have not, but I was just told that we had to. So my husband is my business partner, and he did tell me we have to go through every classroom and show, because when people come into the center, they love it. They love the facility, they love the classrooms, and we do offer a discovery day. So we call it a discovery day, and families can come and they have to stay with their children for an hour or two, and the children engage in the activities and use the materials. So that is something that I was told for the month of December that we had to have completed.
Yeah, I would suggest doing something that's professionally produced.
Okay.
And there's a lot, I mean, if you're looking for connections on video production companies, and a lot of us know people that do it.
Okay.
But I would focus more on, just my opinion outside looking in, I'd focus more on describing what the Reggio model is than advertising Oakleaf.
Okay.
Because that, to me, as a parent, you hook me right away as I start to watch that video.
Okay.
Versus, you know, hey, this is Oakleaf and let me tell you about our center.
Okay.
Something that's really stylized and focuses on the kid and that tactile experience. Like, if I started watching a video that sucked me in, I'd watch the whole thing.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah,
That might
just
be,
shorter vignettes of like individual provocations that you actually do in the classroom
Okay.
with your
That was a
with your
nice
funnest
article.
teacher and your cutest kid. That's like, you know, a minute, 30 seconds or a minute, and you post it on your Facebook every day as your daily provocation for the area.
Oh, I love that.
And then that kind of teaches them what a provocation is, so it gets over that hurdle, but then it's also like, you know, cute and fun and short,
Okay.
so that they don't scroll past it.
I love that. Thank you.
Maybe for December, you guys could have, like, I don't know if it's too late, but have a Santa in and invite like the community, you know, and collect toys for something. I mean, that's, you know, at least that you could get your advertising out and have people come in and see where you are.
That's another great idea. Thank you so much for all of your input and your suggestions. I can't wait to put them all into practice. And you all have to come by and visit.
That's awesome. Yay, thank you.
I'll get you my laptop.
Oh, I already put it on.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, do you need
Yeah,
this
yeah.
then?
Yes, please.
You do?
Well, yeah.
Yeah?
Well, hold on, you mean this?
This is for the slides. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Everybody needs a refill on coffee or anything, or baked good before we get into part 2?
Yes.
Yes?
Feel free to.
Denise. Oh, no.
No.
There's the sound of
Oh, yeah.
sadness.
Oh, but you guys didn't tell me anything about the door.
Next time I'll bring And homeschoolers, we start looking at next year by March. I mean, they're got it down. So if you're. Oh, a hybrid? Yeah.
Just what you're in.
Right.
Back, you ready? You all set, Denise?
I am.
Rock and roll.
Alrighty. All right, well, good morning. My name is Denise Fernander, and I work with entrepreneurs, especially mom entrepreneurs, to help them set goals, get clear on where they're going in their business, and actually get their goals reached. My why is I come from a line of folks who are entrepreneurs. I can clearly recall as a teenager seeing my future as an entrepreneur, and now I have a high school junior who also has an interest in being an entrepreneur. And so right now the playing field is set for me to teach him how to do that. At this point, he is my videographer, he is my social media person, he is my photographer, and so on and so forth. And so he's been helping me build the business as he establishes himself in building the business. So, my secret sauce, what makes me different than everybody out there who's already on this era of business coach, educational coach. I, first and foremost, am called the accountability coach. I particularly work with clients who are 35 to 45-ish, and they're typically women, and they've started a business or have an interest in being an entrepreneur, and they're struggling. They have issues with staying focused or being consistent. And so what my program does is I work with them one-on-one, coaching and supporting them to actually setting those goals and then setting targets and tasks step by step in terms of breaking it down and chunking it to figure out how to actually get it done. I also do group coaching along with that, and then I have an online course. My background is that my first career was actually in the music business as an entrepreneur, but I've also spent the last 19 years in education. I just I just resigned as a classroom teacher and worked in the classroom for over 12 years. And a big part of that most recently has been in creating online courses. So I do have expertise in actually getting that done. So in the way of passive income, I can really help in the side of helping with being accountable and making sure that they can actually get their goals done, but then also in trying to figure out ways that they can create an online presence and business, and then find ways to particularly do it on a passive level so they don't necessarily have to be there at every moment. An example is my first client, and this is kind of what prompted me to actually do it full time. I work with a celebrity publicist. She currently goes out and has to support her clients when they go to, say, the Grammy Awards, or if they go to something, if they're an actor, some other event. Well, she's a mom. She has 3 boys. 2 of them have type 1 diabetes. So she's at a point where being present and being available for them is very important. So what she did was she came to me and she said, hey, I have people who come to me all the time. They can't afford my services on retainer, but they're building their business and they're making income. What can I do to put together a course so that they can purchase this course and get whatever they need to and be their own PR agent, basically, and I can sit at home and collect that money and take care of my children. And so that's where this came from and where this has started. A lot of my clients since then have come from word of mouth or me just interacting with them, and have been more on the lines of just an entrepreneur trying to get started, but having, just really being frustrated and being at the I need help point. So what I've done thus far is this started in June. I have, of course, created a website. Also, I've got an Instagram page, and have different activities and things that I have going on with that. Also, Twitter, being active on it, and also in Facebook, and also in connecting my LinkedIn page. All right. So, right now, and why I'm here, is my 2020 goals are to reach and work with 36 plus women. Typically, I do 6 weeks at a time with them. We set goals for where they are, and then we basically chunk it up and break it down and go from there. So my capacity is about working with about 3 to 6 moms a month, and working with them, because typically I give them like a what we went over today, what are we gonna task for next week, and sort of do that week to week, and sometimes work with them multiple times during the week. So my goal is to do that. One of the things that I've already addressed is increasing the amount of content that I offer. I have done some free content to sort of give them like a checklist as far as what they need. Or another question I get a lot is, how do I know what kind of an online course to create? And so I've given them like, ways for them to brainstorm to come up with their course. So those are some of the things that I do want to do so that they can feel the value that they're getting from being in the program or participating. And then the next one is working with groups and group administrators, particularly with like Instagram and Facebook, and doing live events that are basically just, again, giving them a workshop that gives them free information about what they can do to build their business and to get things going, or how they can go about creating that online class if that's something that they're interested in. So what I am looking for is just some feedback, some tips, because one of the things for me has been that, yes, I typically am able to bring in new clients, but at this point, not on a consistent level. And for me, I'm new to the area. So I actually live in Stockbridge, but I'm with just about a year that I've been in the area in South Georgia. So I'm not really as familiar with a lot of the organizations, or even I was listening to some of the suggestions with like the Facebook mom groups and all those kinds of things. So I've participated in some of those, but I feel like at this point I've also done a lot of speaking engagements and kind of engaged in that way. But a lot of the people I've been in front of have been more general entrepreneurs as opposed to mom entrepreneurs and my specific target audience. So just really that's my goal, is to find a way to specifically be in front of them and attract them to whatever it is I'm doing, as far as if they need help in that way. Yes.
Why is your target audience moms?
I started there for several reasons. I am that person. I am my avatar, in the sense that I know that space. I've done the direct selling. I've done all of the different things that didn't work. And so I'm at a point where I've actually conquered a lot of those fears, those issues. Do I only work with moms? No, absolutely not. And that's kind of where I've said it. I work with entrepreneurs, especially moms, in the sense that I recently worked with a professor who wants to put together his program instead of having to go and do these face-to-face courses, courses with students. He's now putting together an online course that he can then go to, say, regional museums and put together content that he can then sell to them across the country and be able to work from that. So I'm not limited at all to just them.
Because when you were a little earlier, you said your main audience is women from 35 to 45.
Ish.
Then you said you're targeting moms now, or you want to target moms, and now you just said you work with a man. So you just gave me 3 different mixed message. So your messaging is a little mixed right there.
Okay.
And so you need to find out what's most powerful, and don't discard anybody, especially when you're building up.
Right.
But when you have that, once you figure out where your niche is, and I think the women 35 to 45 is where you start, and that's where your target audience should begin, and you can actually, any type of advertising you do, especially like Facebook or Google ads, or if that's one of your goals in the future, you can set it for that specific demographic, so your advertising is more effective for that demographic specifically. I have another question.
Yes.
You said you help people create online programs.
Yes.
Do you offer them an online program?
I support them through it in the sense of like giving them access to all the different tools. I have done content, so like if somebody wants to hire me to create the content, I do offer that. That is not my target space. I certainly have the ability and the skill to do it, yes.
It might help you out, if that's what you're helping people do, because
Mhm.
you're helping women, what is it, do, create passive income or active income?
Okay,
Either.
so,
I
I'll
wanna
go
know where
back.
you're going with this.
So it's new and I'm building it.
Okay.
So initially, yes, my go-to was mom entrepreneurs creating online courses. That way they didn't have to leave home, they didn't have to find childcare, they didn't, basically creating that passive income that they're building, et cetera, et cetera. What I have found has been I found more of a need for women who are entrepreneurs. I found more people who've come to me and say, well, I need help getting this business started and getting this together. And so it's sort of like, it's not a change of course. I still can do the other things, but I found that I serve them in that need as opposed, and so that's where it's been more of changing in terms of getting clear, setting those goals, and getting them done.
How about,
So-
do you do like weekend courses or like a crash course come in for a 2-day crash course, like a launch program type thing?
Okay.
And that might be something to consider.
Yes.
Just to get them, you come in, it's an introductory thing, and here's how we kind of get you started, or a full blown 2 days. That might be something to consider, like a
Yeah.
weekend, the weekend warrior. Let's go.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
And I was gonna
Women
suggest
weekend
Eventbrite.
Yes.
Right now,
That's
this is the time of year where everyone's thinking about 2020, new goals,
Exactly.
new ideas.
Yeah.
If you can have an event, and that's what I was gonna suggest,
Mhm.
like some kind of workshop now.
Mhm.
Are you considering starting a business or have you, exactly your slogan, have you tried
Mhm.
to start a business, but it just didn't work? Join me on this date,
Yeah.
or.
Because I've
People
actually,
will
that
pay to
is
come
what
for
I've
that.
done for Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and Cyber Monday. I have like a group coaching program, and what I do is normally it's a $99 a month, and we get together once a week, and they set goals, and we do that. And so that's actually what I advertise, and I have had a couple of takers, so I've gotten clients that way, just not on a grander scale. So that's that's really my struggle there, is like getting it from a couple slow as you go to larger. But yes, thank you, I like that, thank you.
So, 2 questions.
Yes.
The first one, as your exact target demographic. Your slogan, which is, have you tried to start a business, but it just didn't work.
Yes.
Why did you choose a future-focused slogan like that versus, are you trying to start a business and it's not going as quickly as you, I mean, that doesn't sound as cute, but like, because I already have a business and
Right.
it's working okay, but it's not like, so why is the first one that you put
Okay.
focused on people who have yet to start a business? 'Cause now I see that you have more. Like, how did you come up with that order? And then the other one is, because you're talking about mompreneurs,
Uh-huh.
what is the lowest point of entry that you have to your program? Do you have like printed materials? So like, do you have you put together like a maybe a 12-month like a goal calendar, 12-month goal calendar of your proven method that maybe it's not in my budget right now to work one-on-one with you, but I can purchase that from you and then I can fill it in at home, right? And then go from there, and hopefully it'll help. And then at some point, obviously, I'm gonna be so impressed with how successful I've become that I'm then gonna call you and be like, let's take this even further.
Right.
But like, what is like the lowest level of which I can get your awesome product without being sticker shocked?
Right, exactly. So, because when I first started, of course, the goal was a one-on-one program that was larger, And so I had a lot of situations where it was like, oh, I'm not in that market right now. So, and then thus came the free content that I've created. My month of December is focused on bringing in more, so that those things are available. Like I said, a checklist that kind of goes through exactly because the course is actually 12 weeks of different things. But again, what I found is when I work with people one-on-one, they might have hit certain goals already. So that's why it's kind of tailor-made when it's one-on-one. But yes, so my goal is come the new year to have specific content, some of which they can just download just by getting access, and some of which when they come to a workshop or they're involved in something that I offer, they can have that to help them through it. And then it's also why I did the group coaching, so that it's on a lower end, and for this Cyber Monday, so I did it where it's half off. So it was like $49, you get in, you can get started, we can start setting those goals, and we can do things, simple and break it down that way. But yes.
All right, two things.
Yes.
The goals, setting goals. People are starting to set goals now.
Right.
For next year.
Exactly.
So you want to get that out before the new year.
Right.
Because once it starts, everybody's already.
Well, I have some of that already available on the website. In fact, I don't have it up. Okay, I'm gonna put it back up there. But I do have some of that available already, because when I was promoting the camp and getting into the Success Academy and all of that, I made sure that I had some of those available. So advertising those are things that I'm gonna be doing within the next 2 to 3 weeks. So I have those together, but I mean like the ongoing content that gets specific into each of those different targets, like mindset. We talk about self-care and just, balancing and those things. So there's specific things that go under those. That's the further content that it will be there.
Okay, the second thing is, didn't you say that you're interested in the lady that you started with? Mm-hmm. She wanted to do a video so that she wasn't there. Yeah. Why aren't you doing that for yourself? I mean, because if you have a 12-week program, mm-hmm. you could do a 12-week course, charge $49.99, and you get it all over the world, people getting to you. You don't have to go somewhere and meet somebody. You just put it out there on Udemy or one of those places and do that. And you can also do this too, but do that as well.
Okay, cool.
So Denise,
yes.
So what are you best at? What's your core competency if you're helping a mom entrepreneur?
Building relationship and like getting them through it. So I just work with a client, and so what I always do is I ask for a testimonial. And so she's working on like a video one, and what she told me is that she had worked with 3 or 4 different coaches before me and worked for as long as 16 weeks, but in 6 weeks she got everything she needed done, and it was like aha. And so one of the things that she told me was that it was a result of building that relationship, and then offering her more. So like if
so
she,
I'm
go ahead.
I don't mean to cut you off, but
Yes.
I'm asking a different question.
Okay.
What skill, if I'm a mom entrepreneur, what skill are you most talented in helping me develop? Is it marketing?
Helping
Is
you
it
develop.
time management? Is it what are you offering me? What are you best at?
Giving you business strategies to get your new business up and running.
So it's strategic development.
Yes.
Okay. Say that. I'm struggling trying to figure out how to help you and how to connect you with people that I know.
Mm-hmm.
I develop business strategies
Mm-hmm.
for entrepreneurs. Period. Like if you get it simple on, because you got to be able to tell me in a sentence or two. So I'm like, okay, I know what you're doing. When you get out in your network and you're doing like what you're telling us, you're walking us through the mine. You're not showing us the diamond. Show me the diamond. Then walk me through the mine.
Okay.
I think if you can get really crisp at identifying what your superpower is, it's really going to help you to rally people, especially when you're networking and trying to make those connections. Oh, I know Denise, she's really good at strategic development. You need to talk to her. Because I have this business idea, or I'm floundering around, I need help, and I need a good strategy. Okay, Denise is who you need to talk to. If I need help with my social media marketing, well, that's not your core competency. I'm gonna go talk to somebody that's really good at social marketing. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. Is there another, so, just asking a question. So a way in which, and as a mom and as my target audience member, if I walk up to you and say, I'm great at strategy development. What I found is that, and that's kind of why I really made it just, how do I say that to a mom entrepreneur with, yeah.
The thing that you could tell me that
Right.
would make me this close to like signing up would be, I can help you grow your business and balance your life as a mom at the same time. Because that's what I need help with.
Exactly what I
Okay?
said.
Because as the mom with the side hustle in the family and the dad with the corporate job who makes all the money, we have a dynamic in our house where I always was the one that ran interference for the kids. Daddy's working, daddy's working, daddy's working. Well, now mommy's working and dad either has no idea how or has no interest in running interference. So I sit down and try and make a WordPress, for example, and I've got 3 kids like mommy, 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 and then I start feeling like I'm being a bad mom and I'm being a bad entrepreneur, and then I get stressed out.
Right.
So if you can answer that question for me on how I can balance my time so that I can A, grow a business, and B, be the same mom I've always been, then I'm gonna sign up with you every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
You have a testimonial page?
It's actually entwined and I probably need to make them a little bit more, but I have them within, like whenever I have like different things in that way.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have them that way.
How long what's your retention rate so far? Your average retention rate with your clients? How long do you
Everybody has signed up and continued on.
continue on? So,
So typically it depends. The overall has been like a 12-week is the goal. But I've done 6 weeks most recently, and they've come back, like done another 6
come
weeks
back
after
for
I've
a
done
second
that.
program, an additional
Yes,
program?
to continue.
How are the referrals covered? Do you offer
Most of them have been referrals or connecting one-on-one through the events that I've gone to. and
Referrals from your
presented.
existing clients?
Oh, you mean?
How many referrals are you getting from your clients?
Okay.
That's the question.
Okay.
And if there's a way, I mean, if you have 100% retention, then there's no need to put a carrot out there for them. But
Right.
if you can offer them some other, like, mini wow
Right.
course that they would get for each new client that they referred to you, that could help you a little bit. But
Okay.
you gotta give them, you'd have to create something like super special, like you only get this
Right.
if you do this,
Okay.
unless you wanna pay a lot of money for it.
Right.
I mean, you could really make it like, holy cow, this is gonna cost how much, but it would be one of those, if you have a referral, you'll get this. instead.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Like, it could be an additional, I'm gonna sit down with you, we're gonna spend an extra hour a month of your time, and we're gonna do this special type of session, and let's get you, you know, that one-on-one might be the connection that you need.
Okay.
So our biggest fan, Brittany, has some comments here that I'd like to share with you. That she'd like to share with you. I think she could advertise a webinar that decodes the common struggles of moms starting businesses from home, then lend it to consultations and coaching packages, sorry. put on a monthly meeting for entrepreneurs that could tackle big topics they commonly face in their struggles and establish herself as an authority in this space on a local level. I joked with her and I said, "You mean like Startup Fayette?" She said, "Yes, exactly, like Startup Fayette." And then she suggested, "What about laser consultations? Sometimes people may not be able to afford a full coaching package, but they need a professional opinion on where they can focus their efforts to maximize their limited time as mothers. So having 1-hour sessions available, resources, and personalized consultations as needed."
Yeah, and so tell it, thank you. So typically when I speak to somebody, I offer a free clarity call. And so that is what we do from the onset. So when they sign up, when they click on the one of the buttons, it takes them to my Once Hub, and when they sign up for,
touch screen, Denise.
Oh, wow, got it. I need to do it on here. Sorry. Thank ya. So when they go onto they actually sign up, and so when they do that, we go through like where they are. I ask them some questions before they, and so I go and I look at those, see where they are. And then so by the time I send to them, I share with them like where, what their goals are and things that they could do, over the next, say, 3 months to figure out, how to get to the next level.
So I think that's wonderful, but I also think that
But
getting people
advertise
to
it.
this page to make that hour-long consultation with you is probably your most difficult part.
Right.
So to get
So
out there
offering it
and
from the
offer
top.
consultation, even in chunks or nuggets, and showing up in different places, like Startup Fayette, like
Right.
Saba, like all these other networking
Yeah.
groups that are in areas where you have an opportunity to present from a perspective of offering that free consultation,
Upfront.
then get people to sign up.
Yes.
I love consulting. In my web design business, I spend way too much time consulting without being paid for it. And I'm not trying to change my model, but it does become frustrating when at the end of the day I look back and I'm like, why didn't I get anything done today? Because I gave it all away. Right? But by having these sort of sessions available, like I think a client to be able to call me and have a 1-hour consultation where I can just directly answer a question is a really valuable add-on. Maybe it's the add-on that you offer at no cost because they've given you a referral.
Awesome. Thank you.
To bounce off what Brittany said, I hope I'm not misunderstanding what she was saying about the laser aspect of it, but it sounds like also like the free clarity call is great, especially if you're trying to determine if you want to sign up for a larger program. But when you made your decision on how you want to work with you, so maybe you've completed your 12 weeks or whatever, do you offer something that's like and it's not free, it shouldn't be free,
Right.
but like a clarity tune-up, where I have a new problem and it's not the grand nature of my business, it's a very specific problem. Do you offer like a 1 hour, like, oh my goodness, now what? And then you
I
settle
will.
that.
I will.
The other thing is, if I do a lot of work between 10 p.m. and 1 o'clock in the morning,
Right.
I don't want to call you at 11 o'clock at night when I have
Right.
a problem.
Right.
Do you have resources for those of us night owls?
Yes. So I do Loom. So most of what I do via Zoom, and we do that. So we do video, but I do Loom, which is video chat. So you can send somebody a video chat. So like I'll have somebody send me a video at 10 o'clock at night, and they'll tell me whatever the problem is, and then I can respond back to them, and they can get access to it at whatever time that they're working. And then
It doesn't have to be a back and forth, because I'm
right,
not like.
exactly. So it's not me and you at that moment doing it, but you're still getting that addressed, and it's on the phone at 11, because I may or may not be up. But yeah.
Do you know about Startup Fayette?
I just learned about it. Was it?
You were there.
I was gonna say, yeah. I came to the first meeting, this last month.
Okay.
Yes.
And Saba? South Atlanta
Yes,
Business
I also
Association?
went to that meeting as
Okay.
well. The one in Noonan. I think it was.
She'll be at the one here next
We went
week.
to. Yeah. Yes. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots
Okay.
of free places that you can show up and
Right.
just participate. And I think, like Brittany was saying, like everyone would agree, the more places you can show up and prove yourself as an expert, the
Mhm.
more referrals you're going to get just
Okay.
organically. So,
As a strategist, strategic
Right,
development.
strategic development, absolutely.
That's your superpower.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
got a quick fix for you, or like
Yes.
it should be.
Yes.
Like your website, I like it, the look of it is
Yes.
like it hits your demographic, and the message is pretty clear up front. But,
Yes,
But your Facebook page,
yes,
not so much.
okay.
Cause when I was looking at it, it looked like maybe you were selling vacation packages.
Because
Or
I've got the
something.
beautiful,
Right, the best
Ocean
rest of your
background.
life, and then the
I
beach.
thought the exact same
Um,
thing.
okay, got
So
it.
your branding needs to be
Well,
a
they're
little
trying
to
more
focus.
focused.
So get a little better on, okay, got it, okay, got it, okay, understood.
1 million cups was on there.
Yes, yes,
good, thanks for
absolutely,
Cool.
yes.
Just
Okay,
the
cool.
cover picture.
So maybe
cover
change that
picture
cover
needs to
picture
change.
away from the ocean, okay, got it.
Yeah, cause you combine that with your logo, best rest of your life, and I'm thinking, I'm going to a beach and enjoy my best
Understood.
life.
Okay, understood. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate your time, yay.
Awesome.
Okay, thanks, and thank you so much,
You're
Noni.
welcome.
I appreciate you. Oh, no, I see what you're talking about. That
Ladies, that was great. So that was Noni and Denise.
Yes.
And thank you guys for presenting
Thank
today.
you.
We, as you know, in this community, we're definitely gonna help you guys any way we can. Get your name out there. If I might have to go have more kids now to bring them to the center. And-
Bite your tongue, dear, bite your tongue.
Okay.
Or I'll just go by myself. Why not and hang out? I can volunteer. But we really appreciate you guys, and everybody have a great holiday. And we'll see you back here on January 8th. January 8th, okay? Take care. Bye.
Awesome, thank you.